When customers don't believe how shipping works, then they complain why their package never gets delivered. So I work in an off-license, a liquor store or convenience store for any non-UK people listening. Most of my job is selling alcohol, but we also are a UPS drop-off point, so people can collect and send UPS packages from here. If a package is going international, it needs 3 commercial invoices attached. One for UK customs, one for UPS, and one for US customs when it arrives. This system has been in place since Brexit. Before Brexit, you only needed 1 copy of the invoice, but for reasons I don't understand after leaving Europe, it messed this all up, and now we have to do it this way. The result is the instructions on sending a package internationally online are a bit confusing, so often people turn up without all 3 invoices that are required. I have to tell customers that UPS won't accept the package. 90% of customers understand this new requirement once I explain it to them. Some grumble, but there was this one specific customer who had none of it. For whatever reason, she plainly just didn't believe me, even when I showed her the poster behind me literally explaining that it needed 3 invoices. Whatever she had read online said that just 1 would be fine, and she would not accept some lowly shop worker like myself telling her otherwise. Eventually, I gave up explaining that it was just going to get stuck in customs, and when she again demanded I accept the package, I replied, "Okay, but again, I have to warn you, this won't get to the United States." She scoffed at me and rolled her eyes at me. I gave her a receipt, confirming the package had been received into the shop. Later that day, when the UPS driver came to pick up the package, the driver and I had a good laugh about it, and he happily took it. 1 week later, she is in my shop again complaining the package still hasn't gotten to the United States. What am I supposed to do about it? At this point, it's out of my hands. I explained to her that this is just the drop-off point, so I gave her the UPS customer service number, and I told her she'll have to take it up with them. She informs me she's going to be complaining about me as well. I don't care, since I don't work for UPS. 2 weeks later, she is back in the shop with the same package to return it again. It now has 3 invoices attached correctly. My customer service voice is agonizingly sweet as I accept that package. When I said, "Have a nice day," it must have been the most insincere goodbye anyone has ever uttered. I hope I never see her again.
Do I have the worst boss ever? I am a 30-year-old male. I work as a janitor in a school for special needs children. I'm good at what I do and I take pride in my work. I come in every day to make sure that both the children and the teachers have a clean and safe environment to work in. Before I continue, I need to provide some backstory. Before I started working at this location in April 2022, they had a lot of bad luck with hiring janitors. The school is technically categorized under specialized cleaning and not general cleaning. In the first 4 months of 2022, they had 15 cleaners that all disappointed them. Some stopped showing up to work, or they were fired. This has caused the general custodian of this special needs school, my direct supervisor, to be skeptical of any new janitor that comes in, which is a very fair understanding. Now, I like to give 110% at my job. Whether that's a smart choice or not, but I like to leave my job knowing that I gave it my all. That is why, when I saw the daily and weekly task list and had done an online course on how to effectively clean, I knew that in practice, that would leave a very messy workplace, since not everything would be cleaned correctly. Imagine a desk of a child that has an eraser on it. According to my online course from the company, that disqualifies that entire desk for cleaning. I won't be allowed to clean it. Furthermore, if chairs are not at the desk, I'm not allowed to sweep or mop under it. Because it's not the cleaner's job. As such, I've been making some really positive changes to my work schedule requirements. I added to the daily and weekly task list the way that I do things to not only meet the minimal requirements that my company asks for but also to go above and beyond it. I am flexible with the teachers, engage with the students, and leave a beautiful workspace. This went great for a while. Now, the custodian has, for some reason, been getting way more critical of my work. The smallest speck of dust mist or a small drop of coffee spilt somewhere, that happened after I was done with the cleaning. He now blows up my phone with text messages that I need to do things differently. He tells me that I need to care about my job more and do a better job at cleaning. This morning, he told me, try and stick to the planning and the correct methods. So I told him that I would. Now, I started to follow the paper list with daily tasks completely to a T. Every half-ass method that I knew would leave the classrooms and the bathrooms in a horrible state. If the trash cans need emptying, well, nope, it's not on my list. If there is one piece of paper on a filthy desk? Nope, it's no longer my problem. Spills in the hallways? Looks like mopping the floor isn't on today's task list, sorry. The entire place looked horrible. I had to hold myself back not to do more than the list, because I hate leaving work unfinished and half-assed. I approached the teachers of the classrooms that I had to clean beforehand. I explained the situation to them, and promised them that I would give their classrooms a proper cleaning the next day and that they and the students shouldn't be victims of my malicious compliance. They even agreed to give their signature on my task list, to sign off that they think I did all of the work correctly. Naturally, the custodian didn't like my work. We had a good heart-to-heart for a moment. I told him that I really appreciate that he wants to safeguard the quality of my work, it's what they pay me for after all. But I hope that I have shown him, and some teachers, that I go above and beyond the daily task. And that today's work, that looked like a mess, was to my company's standard. I also let him know that the constant badgering was incredibly demotivating, it was really putting a damper on my spirits. I told him that I'd be doing my work normally again tomorrow, and he said he appreciated all the work I usually do and that he'd try to be more flexible as well and put more trust in me. All well and end well, I suppose. I just want to make sure that these special needs children have a clean environment to learn, laugh and play in.
I hate it when people don't follow the job order. Quick one, but it's a textbook case. Yesterday, I got an email from a customer who wanted an in-depth analysis of dish soap sales for the past 3 years. Easy peasy, it's all automated, but time-consuming to extract that much data. As I was entering the details into the software according to the job order, I see customer-specified product code A190. I check the database and, oh, that's the code for scented candles. I think they meant A160 dish soap. Due to past shenanigans, we're supposed to follow job orders to the letter, and if there is a conflict, the product code trumps over whatever else the customer wrote. This is spelled out very clearly in our service agreement. However, if I suspect a mistake, I will give the customer a call so they can amend the job order and avoid wasting time and money. They are usually grateful for the heads up. So I call the customer, and I barely manage to say I'm from company XYZ that this lady starts berating me about how long the job is taking. First off, I got the timestamped email less than 15 minutes ago, and this kind of report usually has a turnaround of 24 to 48 hours. Second, I am trying to help by pointing out the wrong product code. But this lady just will not let me talk, she keeps cutting me off and talking over me. When I finally manage to get 2 words in and say I wanted to confirm the product code, she tells me to stop wasting her time and just do what the job order says. Then she hangs up on me. You can probably guess how it went. I ran the request as written for product A190 candles, sent it yesterday by EOB. Lady flipped when she saw it. Apparently they needed this report for a meeting that now has to be rescheduled. My boss and her boss got involved. The end result is that customer's boss just sent me a request to please run a report for dish soap, A160, when convenient, and apologizing for the misunderstanding. My company will waive the cost of the extra report. I understand the lady was moved to a role that limits the amount of damage she can do. Already the fact that she ordered the report the literal day before the meeting was not great. Moral of the story. Before telling someone to shut up, maybe listen to what they are saying.
Thank you for listening to today's video. If you have any stories of your own that you would like to share, please leave it in the comments below. I appreciate all the likes and subscribe. I will see you again real soon.